So following on my review of the buildings from the Kickstarter, the Slug Industries Medieval Village set Kickstarter, I thought I'd do a very quick video as a size comparison, because these buildings are really designed for the chunkier 6mm models from like Bacchus and so on. But when you actually put them next to a different range, actually they're not bad. They fit in really nicely, so you're not going to see a lot of difference on the games table. So all of the painted examples that you see here are from Leven Miniatures. The unpainted ones are obviously from the Kickstarter, and you can see that they compare really well in a size comparison, and I'll take a close up in a second. And you can already see I've already started painting some of the ones from the review set. So right, enough chatting for me. I'm going to show you a little bit of a size comparison so you can see the difference between the different buildings and see that they do indeed match up and compare quite nicely for size. So this is the Tiller's house or Tiller's cottage next to another one-storey cottage from Leven Miniatures, and you can see that they compare really nicely. Proportion wise they're about the same height. They're actually pretty much the same footprint in terms of overall dimensions, so they will fit in quite nicely together. And obviously you can see it compared to a two-storey building. So these will match up with other models from other ranges if you want a bit more variety on your table. And here you have the thatched cottage in the centre from the Slug Industries Kickstarter, compared to a couple of Leven Miniatures buildings. So you've got two-storey buildings next to what is a two-storey cottage, and you can see that generally they match up in terms of height. The door sizes are about the same. They're going to look, they're going to be compatible with each other when you get them out on the games table. The difference is this is going to look a lot nicer because the detailing is much crisper and it's going to be a lot easier to paint. But just to show you that there is a bit of comparison here in terms of size. They won't look out of place, even though Phil himself describes them as chunkier and more in keeping with the larger figures of like Bacchus, for instance. Actually, when you compare them against other manufacturers' 6mm buildings, they're pretty good in terms of size comparison. In fact, the only building in the set that really stands out as being much larger is the merchant's house, compared to the manor house from Leven, for instance. It is slightly taller. The peak of the roof is higher, but this is a much higher status building, obviously tiled roof, and a wealthy merchant, compared to the thatched roof on the other building. So yes, it's a little bit chunkier, but the doors are the same size. In terms of their scale, they're obviously built to the same scale. This just is a bigger building. It's not a case of the building is out of proportion. It just represents a bigger building. Again, I don't think once they're painted up they wouldn't look out of place grouped together on the games table. So there you have it, just a very quick size comparison showing the new Medieval Village Kickstarter from Slug Industries, comparing those buildings against other buildings that I have in my collection for the same sort of period. And as you can see, they fit in nicely with each other. There's no major disparity in size, and so they'll work well together. If you've got a large collection of existing buildings, still worth having a look at these new ones from Slug Industries, because I think they'd fit in nicely with any collection you've already got.